When Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva practiced deeply the Prajñāpāramitā, he illuminated the five aggregates as empty, thereby transcending all suffering and distress. What profound cosmic mysteries are contained within the mysterious silent words that open the Heart Sutra? The Heart Sutra, fully titled the Prajñāpāramitā Sutra, is one of the most concise and profoundly influential scriptures in Buddhist canon. Although it contains only 260 characters, it encapsulates the core wisdom of the Dharma. In this brief scripture, the concepts of prajna and paramita constitute the crucial pivot for understanding the entire sutra. Prajna, as a form of transcendental wisdom, is not merely the accumulation of knowledge or discursive reasoning in the ordinary sense, but the fundamental awakening that directly points to ultimate reality. Paramita is the practical method of crossing from the shore of samsaric afflictions and birth and death to the other shore of nirvana and liberation. When these two are combined, they form the complete system of Buddhist practice. This issue will deeply analyze the core concepts in the Heart Sutra, revealing the essential nature of prajna and paramita and their practical significance in daily practice. Of particular importance is our exploration of how the Heart Sutra conveys the ultimate truth of the universe and life through concise language, and how this truth can be transformed into practical wisdom for modern living. Dear friend with karmic affinity, your encounter with this video and this moment of wisdom is not by chance. If you feel a resonance within your heart, please type a line from the Heart Sutra in the comment section. The manifestation of prajna is both a blessing and an acknowledgement of the Buddha's wisdom. Now, let us together interpret the Heart Sutra, revealing the ultimate wisdom of prajna and paramita, and explore the eternal truth of the Dharma. The wisdom of prajna and paramita has a profound and enduring lineage, tracing back more than 2,500 years to the era of the Buddha. At the moment Prince Siddhartha attained enlightenment and became the Buddha under the Bodhi tree, what he realized was precisely this wisdom of prajna. In the earliest Pali Canon, the term Buddha itself means the awakened one, the enlightened one. What he realized was precisely the true nature of all things, dependent origination and impermanence. However, this profound wisdom is difficult to express directly in secular language. Therefore, during the Buddha's 49 years of teaching career, he skillfully and expediently guided sentient beings step by step towards the ultimate wisdom of prajna. About 500 years after the Buddha's parinirvana, Mahayana Buddhism emerged, and the prajna, perfection of wisdom, teachings were systematically developed. From the Prajñāpāramitā Sutra series to Bodhisattva Nagarjuna's Mulamadhyamakarika, prajna wisdom has been repeatedly interpreted, revealing its unfathomable, profound philosophy. There is a famous story that can help us understand the importance of prajna. Shariputra was the foremost in wisdom among the Buddha's 10 principal disciples. Yet when he heard the Buddha expound the Prajñāpāramitā teachings, he found himself perplexed and bewildered. At this moment, Bodhisattva Manjushri requested the Buddha to dispel his doubts. The Buddha said that even great wisdom holders like Shariputra find it difficult to fully comprehend the profound meaning of prajna. Prajna is like a vast ocean. The superior ones of the two vehicles can only watch from the shore, while the bodhisattvas can venture deeply within and comprehend its infinite profundities. The term Prajñāpāramitā first appeared in the sutras where the Buddha taught the bodhisattva path. The Buddha once said, to cross the ocean of birth and death, one must cultivate Prajñāpāramitā. In the Diamond Sutra, the Buddha tells Subhuti that a bodhisattva should abide in such a way, neither losing nor deteriorating and not aiding defilements. This precisely illustrates that only by guiding practice with prajna wisdom, without losing equanimity, can one truly accomplish the Prajñāpāramitā of the other shore. As for the Heart Sutra, it is traditionally said to have been spoken by Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva, to help Shariputra understand the nature of emptiness. Although it is the shortest text among the Prajñā Sutras in form, it is revered as a single drop from the vast ocean of Prajna, containing the sweetness of the entire ocean within it. After Master Xuanzang of the Tang dynasty returned from India with Buddhist scriptures, he specifically translated this sutra, which then became widely disseminated. In the development of Chinese Chan Buddhism, the Heart Sutra is regarded as the core guide for practice. Master Huineng, the sixth patriarch, attained enlightenment upon hearing that one should generate the mind without clinging to anything. Subsequent Chan patriarchs often guided their disciples with the principle from the Heart Sutra that form does not differ from emptiness, and emptiness does not differ from form, to directly point to the nature of the mind. This wisdom transcends time and space, traveling from ancient India to China, and then spreading throughout East Asia and the world. In today's era of constant change and uncertainty, the wisdom of Prajñāpāramitā has not diminished. Rather, it has become even more precious due to its power to counteract the spiritual hardships faced by modern people. In the face of the information explosion and the confusion of values in modern society, the wisdom of Prajñā's emptiness is like a refreshing medicine that helps us see the true nature of things and not be deceived by appearances. The practice of Prajñāpāramitā provides us with a concrete path from the shore of afflictions to the shore of liberation. This is not merely ancient wisdom, but eternal truth. So what is prajna? If there is one word to summarize it, it is wisdom, but this is by no means the conventional intelligence or cleverness we usually understand. Consider this. Mundane knowledge is like a candle lighting up a dark room, while prajna is like sunlight. Once the sunlight shines in, it not only illuminates the entire room, but also reveals the candle itself clearly. Prajna is a fundamental wisdom that can perceive the essence behind phenomena. It is the discerning eye capable of seeing through illusions and directly reaching the truth. Prajna can be understood from four levels. First is the prajna of ultimate reality, which is the true and accurate understanding of the real nature of all phenomena in the universe. Just as we see a beautiful flower, which appears to exist independently on the surface, Prajna wisdom allows us to perceive that this flower is composed of countless causal conditions: the sunlight, moisture, soil, the seed's genes, and even our own senses and consciousness that appreciate it. Apart from these conditions, the so-called flower fundamentally does not exist. This is what Buddhism refers to as dependent origination and emptiness. When you truly realize this, you will find that nothing in the world exists independently, including ourselves. This is not negative nihilism, but a profound insight into the interdependent nature of life. As a Zen master once said, before practice, mountains are just mountains and waters are just waters. After practice, mountains are no longer mountains and waters are no longer waters. Upon enlightenment, mountains are once again mountains and waters are once again waters. The difference is that in the third stage, the mountains and waters are no longer objects of attachment, but manifestations of dependent origination. Secondly, there is the contemplation of prajna. This wisdom is not attained through academic study, but through inner contemplation and experience. Imagine standing atop a lofty mountain peak, gazing down upon the cities and villages below. From this vantage point, the troubles and attachments that once troubled you appear utterly insignificant. Contemplating prajna is precisely such a shift in perspective, allowing us to transcend the limitations of self-centeredness and view the gains and losses, successes and failures in life from a broader vantage point. Meditation is precisely the method for cultivating this capacity for mindful observation. When we sit in meditation, deeply observing our breath, bodily sensations, and the flow of thoughts, we gradually realize that thoughts come and go, yet no fixed, unchanging self can be found. This direct experience is more powerful than any theoretical study. The third is textual prajna, which is wisdom attained through studying the scriptures and cultivating intellectual reflection. Just like the passage you are currently listening to, it serves as a tool to help you understand prajna. But remember, the map is not the land, and the finger is not the moon. Words are merely the finger pointing to the moon, the true moon itself. The true nature of prajna must be experienced by yourself. It is like learning to swim. No matter how many books about swimming you read, it cannot compare to the actual experience of jumping into the water. But this does not mean that textual prajna lacks value. On the contrary, it is an essential step on our path to the true wisdom of ultimate reality. The fourth is expedient prajna, which transforms prajna wisdom into various skillful means that aid sentient beings. A truly wise person does not teach everyone in the same way, but flexibly employs various methods according to the capacities and needs of different individuals. Just as a doctor does not prescribe the same medicine to all patients, but tailors the treatment according to each individual's condition. The characteristic of prajna is its profound wisdom that perceives the true nature of reality, transcending conventional dualistic thinking and conceptual fabrications. It is the insight into emptiness, sunyata, understanding the impermanent, non-self, and interdependent nature of all phenomena, leading to liberation from ignorance and suffering. First, it is non-conceptual. Our habitual thinking divides the world into various concepts and categories, while prajna transcends this discriminative mind, directly experiencing the wholeness of life. It is like tasting honey. You can hear others describe how sweet it is, but only by tasting it yourself can you truly know how sweet it really is. Secondly, prajna realizes emptiness, which is not nihilism, but the absence of an independent, eternal, and unchanging self-nature. Like a river, it appears to be a fixed entity on the surface, but in reality, it is constantly changing every moment, and one can never step into the same river twice. Our body and mind, relationships, wealth, and reputation are the same. They are all temporary phenomena arising from the confluence of causes and conditions, with no fixed and unchanging self to grasp. When we cling to this illusory self, various afflictions arise: fear of losing what we possess, craving for what we have yet to obtain, and resistance against those people and circumstances that threaten us. Prajna wisdom enables us to see through the delusion of attachment, thereby attaining inner freedom. Thirdly, the characteristic of prajna is non-attainment. In conventional understanding, we are always pursuing the acquisition of something: knowledge, status, wealth, relationships. But from the perspective of prajna, there is no inherent self that obtains anything. As the Diamond Sutra states, there is no fixed dharma called anatarasamyek, nor is there a fixed dharma called tathagata. Even the correct dharma itself is not something attainable by me. This may seem profound, but it actually directly points to the essence of our attachment and pursuit. Consider, when you're fully absorbed in the present activity, forgetting the existence of the self, isn't that spontaneous joy and tranquility exactly the experience of non-attainment? Ultimately, prajna transcends dualistic oppositions. Our habitual thinking divides the world into dualities: good and bad, gain and loss, life and death. However, the wisdom of prajna sees that these opposites are actually interdependent and mutually defining. Without darkness, how can there be light? Without suffering, how can there be happiness? When we transcend such dualistic thinking, we can attain a state of seamless harmony and unobstructed unity, perceiving harmony within contradictions and discovering oneness amid opposites. However, there is a crucial question here: how to transform prajna from theory into experience, how to move from knowing emptiness intellectually to truly experiencing emptiness. This requires us to understand the practice methods of prajna. Prajñāpāramitā, in Sanskrit, literally means to reach the other shore. Imagine we are standing on the shore of samsaric suffering, and across the way lies the shore of nirvana and liberation. Prajna is the method to cross this river of birth and death. There is a famous analogy: if prajna is the eye that clearly sees the path, then Prajñā with Macron with Macron is the feet that actually walk on this path. Both are indispensable. Having Prajñā without Prajñāmaya, the embodiment of wisdom, results in mere intellectual understanding without true realization. Having the Vajrasil of Prajñā without the true Prajñā itself is like walking blindly, potentially deviating from the right path. Traditionally, Prajñāpāramitā Tantra is divided into 6 main practices, known as the 6 Prajñāpāramitā Tantras. Let us explore their profound meanings one by one. First, do not lose the secret wisdom of Prajñā. Generosity is not limited to material wealth. It also encompasses the giving of dharma through sharing knowledge and the gift of fearlessness by providing a sense of security. True non-attachment is not motivated by the desire for rewards or praise, but arises from compassion for all sentient beings and the relinquishment of self-attachment. When you're non-attached, you experience in practice that giving brings more inner peace than receiving. A hand that is always tightly clenched cannot receive new gifts. Only by opening the palm can there be both giving and receiving. This is precisely the first level of transcendence brought by immortality, transcending the attachment to possession. Secondly, uphold and understand the profound wisdom of Prajñā. Right understanding is not the mechanical adherence to external rules, but respect for life and a clear awareness of cause and effect. When we uphold precepts, it is not to avoid punishment, but because we deeply understand that harming others will ultimately harm ourselves. Imagine that when you fully understand and accept the principle of the oneness of all things, to harm others is like harming a part of yourself. Understanding thus ceases to be a burden and becomes a natural choice. This is the transcendence brought about by observing the precepts, transcending the illusion of separation, realizing the interconnectedness between myself and all phenomena. Third, the perfection of patience and the profound wisdom of Prajñā. Patience is not a form of weak endurance, but a manifestation of inner strength and wisdom. When others criticize or harm you, if you can maintain inner peace, see the reasons behind their actions, and even feel grateful for this unfavorable condition that helps you cultivate practice, you are engaging in the secret practice of patience and Prajñā. A Zen master once said, when being insulted, it is like hearing flowers drifting down from the heavens. Neither reject them nor cling to them. This attitude arises from a profound understanding of the nature of the self, where there is no fixed, unchanging self that can be harmed. This is the transcendence brought by forbearance, surpassing the instinctual reactions of self-defense. Fourth, diligently practice the secret wisdom of Prajñā. Right effort is not blind exertion, but a continuous, steady, and joyful practice. True diligence arises from a deep inner yearning for truth, rather than from external pressure or competition. Those who diligently cultivate their practice understand that every step is a destination, and every moment is eternity. They are neither hurried nor impatient, yet they do not slack or cease, like a great river flowing toward the ocean, natural and unstoppable. This is the transcendence brought by diligence, surpassing the extremes of restlessness and laxity. Fifth, the secret of samadhi and Prajñā. Samadhi is the internal concentration and abiding. Amidst the diverse external world and the inner mind, one is able to maintain a clear and tranquil awareness. Meditation is not merely the act of sitting cross-legged. It is a new state of being that can be embraced anytime and anywhere. When we fully focus on each action and every breath in the present moment, free from the entrapment of past memories and the disturbances of future imaginations, we are practicing the B of meditation, Prajñā, and Samadhi. This is the transcendence brought about by meditation, surpassing the linear constraints of time, living in the eternal present. The sixth, and most important, is the Prajñā Tantra. This is the application of the previously discussed Prajñā wisdom into daily life and practice. The Prajna Sutras are the true means by which the other 5 types of prajna reach the other shore. Without prajna, other practices may become sources of new attachments and afflictions. The Heart Sutra is precisely the essence of Prajna Mudra. When Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva was practicing deeply the Prajñāpāramitā, he illuminated the 5 aggregates as empty, thus transcending all suffering and distress. This brief sentence reveals the essence and purpose of practice. Through the wisdom of prajna, one sees clearly that the 5 aggregates constituting our body and mind, form, feeling, perception, mental formations, and consciousness, are all empty in nature, with no true self, thereby transcending all suffering. Form is not different from emptiness. Emptiness is not different from form. Form is emptiness. Emptiness is form. This is the most famous verse from the Heart Sutra, revealing the relationship between material phenomena, form, and emptiness. Form and emptiness are not opposites. The essence of material phenomena is emptiness, and emptiness is not a mere void, but the potential to manifest countless diverse material phenomena. This is like the relationship between the ocean and its waves. The waves seem to have their own distinct forms, but essentially they are all seawater. Although the ocean is one body, it can manifest countless ever-changing waves. When we view the world through the lens of prajna, we can perceive both the diversity of phenomena and the unity of their essence simultaneously. The Heart Sutra's teaching, form is emptiness, emptiness is form, illustrates that all dharmas are empty thoughts, neither arising nor ceasing, neither defiled nor pure, neither increasing nor decreasing. Emptiness transcends the dualistic concepts of arising and ceasing, defilement and purity, increase and decrease. Just as water can freeze or evaporate, changing its form, the water molecules themselves do not truly come into being or cease to exist. When we truly realize this wisdom of emptiness, our hearts can attain an inexpressible freedom and tranquility. As stated in the Heart Sutra, because there is no attainment, bodhisattvas, through the perfection of wisdom, Prajñāpāramitā, have no hindrance in their minds. Without hindrance, there is no fear. Away from all confused thoughts and dreams, they reach ultimate nirvana. This is the ultimate transcendence brought about by Prajñāpāramitā, surpassing all conceptual constraints and directly reaching the source of life. In this transcendence, all attachments and fears naturally dissolve like snowflakes melting in a hot water. How then can these profound insights be applied to our daily lives to become practical tools for solving real-world problems? Here are several simple ways to apply Prajñāpāramitā in modern life. When facing work stress, try to apply the perspective of emptiness. When you feel anxious about a project, remind yourself that this stress is not a fixed, unchanging entity. It is a temporary phenomenon composed of various factors. Try stepping back and looking at the issue objectively. Will this matter still be as important a month from now? This way of thinking can help you break free from your current predicament and find more reasonable solutions. In interpersonal conflicts, the lack of prajna, wisdom, offers a method for transforming relationships. When you have conflicts with family members or colleagues, try temporarily letting go of the stubborn stance of "I am right," and first offer understanding and support. This proactive approach of feigning ignorance of care often breaks deadlocks and creates a harmonious atmosphere. For emotional management, the practice of observing prajna offers practical techniques. When anger or anxiety arises, do not respond by suppressing or venting them. Instead, observe these emotions as you would observe the weather. Originally, I am currently feeling angry, labeling the emotion and maintaining awareness. You will be surprised to find that emotions clearly perceived often naturally fade away. In life choices, prajna wisdom helps us distinguish between true needs and false desires. Before your next purchase, ask yourself, does this item fulfill my genuine needs, or does does it satisfy my vanity? Such self-inquiry can help you avoid impulsive spending and make wiser decisions. Regarding the pace of life, Zen and Prajna teach us to maintain inner stability amidst busyness. Upon waking in the morning, do not immediately check your phone. Instead, spend 3 minutes focusing on your breath. Put down your phone while eating, focusing fully on the taste and texture of the food. When walking, be mindful of the contact between your feet and the ground. These subtle mindfulness practices can help you maintain tranquility amid a fast-paced life. Remember, applying Prajñāpāramitā to your life does not require completely changing your lifestyle. It is more like a transformation of the inner attitude, a new perspective on viewing the world. Through small daily practices, you will gradually find that the problems that once troubled you become less burdensome, and life becomes lighter and more meaningful. We have explored the profound wisdom of Prajna and the practical methods of Prajna Tantra, as well as appreciated the eternal truth contained within the Heart Sutra. All of this can be distilled into a simple yet profound realization. The truth of life is both emptiness and completeness. The wisdom of Prajñāpāramitā teaches us that true freedom is not about having more choices, but about letting go of meaningless attachments. True happiness is not about obtaining everything one desires, but about understanding what one truly needs. True love is not about possession and dependence, but about understanding and support. In this era full of change and uncertainty, we need the wisdom that helps us see the essence and maintain inner peace more than ever, not as a refuge to escape reality, but as a source of strength to face the complex reality. If today's sharing has touched your heart, please leave your reflections. Every moment of reflection and communication is a step together on our shared path of practice, guiding us from the shore of affliction to the shore of wisdom.